Chapter 21. Hundreds of Letters. If one complaining letter can cause a problem, maybe hundreds of letters can fix it. The doves were trapped, but when they flapped their wings together, they could lift up the net and fly it far away from the hunter. First things first, and then get help from a friendly mole who cut them free. You may not think those things follow one another necessarily, but they can, and they do in that story. It's complicated, yes. I'm finding out that real life can also be that way. I tell Mrs. Rao about Book Uncle's notice. Mrs. Rao, ma'am, I say, we should write letters. We should write them to all the people who are running for mayor, and we should send the letters before the election. Mrs. Rao listens. A most interesting idea, she says. Tell me more. I tell her because I have thought it all over. We should make a list of all the candidates. Everyone can pick who they want to write to. Wonderful, says Mrs. Rao. I'll bring last Sunday's paper with all the political party addresses on the center page. I've written my letter already, I say. Can I read it? You can and you may, says Mrs. Rao. Dear Karate Samuel, sir, I want to tell you about a special person in our city. We call him Book Uncle. He has a lending library on the corner of St. Mary's Road and First Cross Street. He has books for everyone. He loves his books like friends. The city is making Book Uncle get a permit. Why? He does not sell anything. He simply lends his books out to anyone who wants to borrow one. If you take a book and keep it, that is fine with him also. If you get elected, will you help Book Uncle? Sincerely, Yasmin Z. Cater. I finish reading. The classroom falls dead silent. My throat is so dry I think it's going to close up. Then everyone claps, claps, claps. Who else is going to write a letter about Book Uncle? Asks Mrs. Rao. A few hands go up, then a few more. Before too long, many kids in the class are volunteering to write their letters about Book Uncle. Book Uncle is quickly becoming our election issue. At recess time, Rini and Anil and I tell everyone we know about the letters that we are collecting. They all tell their friends who tell their friends. It turns out that some of those friends, or friends of friends, are also Book Uncle's patrons. Of course they are. I am not the only one who borrows books from him. I know that. Still, it makes me happy to see my good idea become a real election issue. The message spreads like wildfire. That is to say, fast. Soon Mrs. Rao's desk is covered with letters. Some are for Mayor Sly. Some are for those other people who want to be mayor. But most of the letters, a wild and fiery number of them, are addressed to Karate Samuel.